Hey pal, what's your angle? Chad has an acute sense of humor. Oh yes, that reminds me of the other thing that kind of bounced off Loop Hero for me too. Was that the way to success in that game is really, really counterintuitive. Yeah, and there's some... And optimal play involves kind of min-maxing some mechanics that weren't even intended really to be min-maxed. Like, prolonging fights by having a weak weapon equipped so that you can get more heals during the fights if you're fighting a weak enemy. Oobla, thanks for 23 months in the Prime sub. Why does the defect tell so many dad jokes? He always goes for the eye rolls. Ah. Weird act layout. It's almost like this is an upside-down act. I'd really prefer to start with the Fire Elite Fire formation and then go on to the Burning Elite, but take what you can get. Got Relic starts only. Remove a card or take a Common Relic, Rare Relic, Boss Relic. You know, we haven't done a boss swap in a while. Maybe today's the day. Lith, thanks for the full year of support. Much love to Greece. How often is taking the curse the right call to master them? Probably a pretty good idea, actually. Yeah, I hadn't noticed that the curse was the downside for the Rare Relic. But if we want to try to master some of these curses, Watcher A is the character to do it with. And for some of them, very notably... What's it called? Clumsy? Shame, that's one of them. And a Tungsten Rod. If only we'd gotten Pain in a Tungsten Rod. That said, this is definitely a curse we have not yet won with. And looks like a very good candidate for doing so. I'll take it. I would really like to go for elites, but it seems almost impossible to do that. Especially now that I have a curse. Let's mark this in red. An aspirational route through the Spire. Surely that will not happen. Perhaps more reasonably something like this? Not sure which of those I'd want to do. Probably the combat, actually, from the looks of it. I'm going to have a decision point here. So we can get information from the first few nodes before we decide. I like that. Kind of a shame to draw Eruption there turn 1 where we couldn't play it, but that's okay. There's always next time. Very demonstrative of why having a curse can be so bad in the early game. Our draws are slowed down to the point where we can't quite kill the Jawworm as quickly, and so we're taking some damage because of it. Had we got attacked on that penultimate turn there, that we could have taken even more damage too. Early Consecrate is an adequate, not amazing, but adequate card. I wonder if we want something like Protect going into Guardian, but I think we can't afford to slow down our damage anymore. Let's grab the damage card. How's it going, Abigail? Heck yeah, I'll take 75 gold for only 10 HP. Tungsten Rod does reduce damage from events. Easy. That is the only shop, huh? We can get onto the path here, though. Maybe that's the better play. We can remove a card, or we can heal 17. We're missing 20, so that heal looks really good. Removing a defend. Immediate performance, of course, remove shame is excellent here, but if we hope to master it, we shouldn't be doing that. I'd rather lose this run, I think, than remove the shame. We should decide on that now. Let's do it. So, we remove defend or take the heal. I think we'd probably take the heal, because we're missing all the health. Thanks for that. Does make Red Path a bit more viable, having a lot more HP. Just a bit more, mind you. Ribbon Oil, thank you so much for 2 months. Perk of being a newer viewer is that there are so many VODs to indulge in. Love the Dicey Dungeons playthrough. Had to buy the game yourself. Super fun. Definitely. Highly recommend Dicey Dungeons. To anyone who's never heard of or played it. Think dice building game, essentially. Not quite. But it's a jam and delightful time. With some serious jams. Hell yeah, Cut Through Fate, by the way. Yeah, definitely too soon for fasting. Is Cut Through Fate good enough to go for this elite? How gutsy do we feel? That would mean essentially never upgrading Eruption. I'm down. Full guts, no glory. Or something. What do we got here? 26 plus 9 is enough. No consecrate. No consecrate. Please drop the potion. I really need it. Dang it. Thought if I asked nicely enough. Oh well. Conclude is like a potion in that it wins the elite fight for us. So I'll happily take that. 12 damage to all enemies, end your turn. And wow, what an opening hand. Eruption, Consecrate, Conclude. How much damage is that? 34 damage to all enemies. Plus 9 equals... You're dead, son. Beautiful. Couldn't have asked for a better opening draw, literally. Could not have. Excellent. And now we have a boat thingy. And still no potion. What is happening? Please help me. I need a potion. Do I add a Sash Whip or a Flying Sleeves? I don't really think I do. I think we're here to conclude on our enemies and not much else. Let's take another fight. I think we can do the Burning Elite. We got really good relics. Surely this fight will drop a potion. Surely. What is this? Oh no. This is horrifying. This is not what I wanted at all. At least we could full block turn 1, but turn 2 is looking spicy here. We are absolutely going to be weak. Thanks, boat thingy. Cryptolo! Sorry, Crypto, thank you so much for the 15 months. Hey yo! With a 15. This could be really bad next turn. Thankfully, Tungsten Rod is here. Yeah, I was afraid of this. Alright, well, next turn we can nuke them. So I might as well Miracle, Vigilance, Defend. We'll take 8, actually. That's not too bad. Take 8 from this fight. I'm okay with that. And Mad Math Magician, thanks for the 26 months of the Prime sub. Oh, is it better to kill this one? Actually, it might be. We would take 1 less damage. Yes, you're all correct. It's only 1 less, but that is better. Mad Math Magician, thanks for 26 months. Kerblamo. There's the potion we've been begging for. A fire potion just in time to make this Burning Elite not so burning. I will strongly consider Bowling Bash, although I think Sanctity is also pretty good here. Actually, so is Crescendo. Maybe it's Crescendo. Can't be the 3 sentries. That's right. It's either Gremlin Knob or Lagavulin, and actually, yeah, Crescendo. Because we want turn 1 Wrath against Gremlin Knob, but that doubles our chances of that happening, and retaining Wrath against Lagavulin's good too. Let's take Crescendo. It is a Sleepy Egg, and a Sleepy Egg with max health, and we drew Crescendo turn 1. Would have been a nice opening draw against Gremlin Knob too. So we're gonna bank 2 energy here, and open with as much damage as possible next turn, looks like. That seems to be the answer here. This fight is likely to hurt us. Well, we never die here. Does the Lagavulin ever die here? Let's see, 12 plus 24 is 36, 56. Dang it. So close. So close. If only this was a fear potion, I guess. So we're going to take 34 damage then. But maybe we get to keep the potion. Huzzah. We might as well use the miracle here. Never needed a potion in my life. See, we get to heal 15 anyway. Golden Eye. Whenever we scry 2 more. Probably one of the best relics in the game, if you ask me. Especially for Watcher. Makes any source of scrying super powerful. Including this cut-through Fae. Ah, yeah, if only we'd known we could have done Miracle Crescendo to play Eruption for more damage, and we could have gotten the kill there. That's the hindsight play, but yeah, I like that. Can't play 3 damage cards if there's only 2 damage cards in your hand. Doesn't matter how much energy you have. We take this Brilliance? That's actually not bad damage. It's a little unnecessary, though. Yeah, the only way to get the lethal would have been to make a different choice the turn before. But we didn't know what we were going to draw, so... Again, hindsight plays. And yeah, we didn't have Eruption in our hand there. We had Crescendo, which only enters Wrath. Anyway. We're going to keep moving. Actually, I don't mind that we get to keep the Fire Potion, actually. Especially given that we got the Healing Potion. I am going to skip these cards. Darkstone Periapt. Let's call it aspirational. If we find the second Shame, this will give us 6 max health. I'm going to do it. I'll take it. And we're going to use this now, since there's a high chance we get another potion anyway. Squish. Hopefully they don't both attack. They do both attack. Well, the good news is I didn't draw any damage, so I have to not kill them. Wait, that's not good news at all. That means we're taking 12. I guess actually 11. Or, no, 10? 10, because of Tungsten Rod. Okay, that's not as bad. But that is pretty bad. Dang. Could Fire Potion to save 12, but with more elites coming up, we actually want this Fire Potion to be able to get to the shop. That seems pretty important. So yeah, take No, wait, I did miss math again. We take 7 here. 7's not as bad as I thought. Okay, that's reasonable. And here we would like to make the fight last 2 more turns if possible to gain the remaining health from the regen potion. We could kill the slime right now, but it would be not in my interest to do so. There we go. 28 health. We do get another potion. Fasting is offered again. Still weird. We take a Reach Heaven, but I think with the Conclude we're okay here. If we take too many attacks, we're going to get hurt by Guardian. We're still in a position where Guardian is going to be a bit dangerous to us. But at least we've got a boot thingy. This is, I think, Crescendo to get into Wrath, then play Eruption to kill one of the 2 lice that are attacking us. And then we either Miracle Defend or Miracle Strike. Might be Miracles... No, we don't need to strike. Yeah, Miracle Defend. Kill this one. Potion! There's no need to potion here. These are good potions. Oh, that one is a better potion, though. Second Cut Through Fate with the Golden Eye, you betcha. Definitely. Super definitely. 2 fire potions. I mean, I'm not going to be upset about that. That's amazing. 40 damage in a jar. Let's definitely keep on the red path here. We started this fight, let's finish it. From the Knob with 49 health, effective, no prob. Show me the Wrath card. Please and thank you. I don't care how many strikes you have to discard. Just do it. So if I want to kill now, I have to use both potions. Love that, but that is kind of what these are for, right? I'm gonna do it. Get out of here, sir. Thanks for the scales. That'll definitely help us against the Guardian here. And we see one of the unmastered rare cards on this character, Judgment, which kills any enemy that has 30 or less health. I am not even going to hesitate before I click on that. We're just going to do it, and it's going to be great. Trust me. Okay. We need to thin the deck out a little bit for Guardian here. I wonder if I pick up an Ambrosia as a security blanket for Act 2. Strike Dummy is here. Don't think it's worth picking up. So again, bear in mind this card Crescendo does 0 damage if you're already in Wrath stance. This doesn't do anything if you're in Wrath already. My highest win streak on Watcher, I think, was 19. 19 or 20 we've done on Watcher. Follow-up's not bad as far as another damage card goes. I don't even know if we need it, though. Oh, 22, according to the PB command. Excuse me, I misremembered. I am going to take Dark Shackles. I think that's a fantastic damage mitigation card. I think we should also cut a card. Given that we're going into the Guardian, I'm going to cut a Strike from this deck. And I'm thinking about buying Ambrosia, but maybe it's better to just buy Cauldron here. Get to look at 5 potions, pick the best 2. Or we could keep more money for later. 2 champs at once. I like that paradox. I think the heart would still be more difficult than fighting 2 champs at the same time. Unless maybe the champs had the surround effect, like the Spire Spear and Spire Shield, but even then. Plute, thanks for 6 months of support. Getting bullied by 2 champs. You know what? Let's do it. Let's bind Cauldron here. Get some stuff. Dupe Pot, Power Pot, Fear Pot, Flex Pot. I think I'd like the Power Pot for help against Guardian. And either the Fear or Duplication Potion. Go with the Fear Pot. 2 common potions, not ideal. I was hoping maybe we'd see a fruit juice or something, but this is fine. Ah, so that's what the Fear Potion's for. Judged. One eruption, please. Hopefully this is fine. Okay, good. Judged. Get a weak potion and a singing bowl, allowing us to skip cards to gain HP. That said, Empty Mind sure looks nice here. As a way to leave Wrath Stance. We have pretty limited ways to do that currently. Establishment's not helpful. I expect we're going to need both of these potions against Guardian. I might even want to rest here, except for the fact that we have yet to upgrade any cards. So I should probably consider upgrading Eruption. Let's do that. Terrainco, thanks for 3 metric years. 30 months of support. Heck yeah. Actually, we could instead upgrade Crescendo if we wanted to. But I think Eruption's a better upgrade for the Guardian fight specifically. Yeah, no upgrades. Well, I decided to do 4 elites and no rest sites because I'm a mad person. And it worked out reasonably well. We also have a curse, by the way. A curse and a Devaform. Is Devaform good enough here? I don't know. Maybe Divinity is better. This gives us essentially unlimited energy, but we really can't actually do much with it. Curse of the starting deck. We do have Insane Scry, though, so that helps. And this is why we make Eruption one cost, so I can play Eruption, Cut Through Fate, and the card we draw with the Cut Through Fate. Which I guess is going to be Strike. Save me the miracle. And then this turn could be anything. We do have Dark Shackles for a reason, though. Fortunately, I don't need to use it. We can use the miracle and play Vigilance here. Let's do that. Take 0. This looks a bit worse. This would be a good time to consider the weak potion. Let's use it. Like I said, I figured we'd need both potions for Guardian here. This is not a good matchup even on the best of days, Watcher versus Guardian, and we have definitely put ourselves in a position where we're extra bad at this fight. But we are Divine next turn, so that's going to be a bit of a blappin'. Could empty mine. I guess I'm not going to. Unless I want to reshuffle without judgment. That does sound good. Let's do that. Judge me, bro. Alright, no weakness for this cycle. Definitely means we're taking a bit of a beating next turn. Thankfully, the tungsten rod is going to save us a lot of health here. On this turn. Okay, just vigilance and pass. That's definitely spicy. Okay, good job, Dark Shackles. That means we can Wrath now if we want to. I think that's a good idea. We'll be at Wrath this turn, Wrath next turn, and Divine the turn after. So we want to almost transform Guardian this turn. That's what I'm seeing. This would do an exact transformation. That's no good. I want all of this next turn with Divinity. So only play the strike. That way we don't have to face Thorns on this turn. We can just do as much damage as we want to. Which is all of the damage. And we win. GG. GG. Lesson learned. That could help us overcome the upgrade deficit by upgrading some of our cards if we kill things with it. Of course, we have to actually get a kill with it. That's easier said than done. Although, Goldeneye will help a lot. Deus Ex Machina could help with some more energy, which I'm not sure we need at the moment. Devotion could start us into more Mantra. How else can we get a second Shame? We can rob the Vagrant in Act 2 to get another Shame. We can duplicate it. We can find it from Matching Keep. And a few other ways. Yes, we did. Yeah, twice that fight we scryed with an empty draw pile. That's true. I'll take lesson learned. Runic Pyramid is here, huh? We are Pyramid lovers here on the channel. It has been really, really gracing us with its presence lately. This deck is already set up to be exceptional with Runic Pyramid. That's because of Judgment and Dark Shackles and Lesson Learned, all of which are really conditional cards. And the other option is Velvet Choker's the energy option, or I'm transforming my stuff with Pandora's Box. I'm going to take a Runic Pyramid. Pretty happy about that. Pyramid lets us retain our hand each turn. Most of the strongest cards in Slay the Spire are conditional cards. Cards that only do the strong thing when some other condition is met. When some other effect is in play. And Runic Pyramid allows you to essentially always line up the condition of your conditional cards, such that you're no longer subject to draw variants. It's really strong. Pyramid's biggest problem is a weak turn 1, generally speaking, because by definition this relic doesn't do anything until you end your first turn. That's where Boat Thingy comes in, to make up the difference. I'm not skipping Conclude, huh? Alright, get me towards the better cards that are deeper in the deck, then. Just empty mine now? I think so. Conclude and Judgment don't really work well together, do they? No, they do not. Alright, let's do this. Eruption. Dark Shackles you. Consecrate. I could actually kill them both. I don't want to kill them both. I want a Lesson Learned. Alright, take 3 to get the lesson learned. That's fine. A good trait, if you ask me. Aha! Lesson learned, upgraded lesson learned. As the first card. As it should be. Self-promote. Theoretically, we would like to take some more combats before the shop. I like events here. We want to find the second shame, and events are the way to do it here in Act 2. Let's go look in. Oh, this isn't what I thought about, but this is actually amazing. In an abandoned temple, you find a giant book, open, riddled with cryptic writings. We have several things going on that make this better than normal. First of which being the tungsten rod. Normally, you have to take damage 4 separate times to get the book relic here, and tungsten rod will reduce each of those 4 damage instances by 1, saving us 4 HP to take the book here. Let's read that book. 0, 1, 2, and 14 to get, yes, it's here, the Necronomicon. The first attack played each turn costing 2 or more is played twice. Upon pickup, obtain a special curse. And 6 max health. Good job, Darkstone Periapt. Can't believe I was fooled into upgrading Eruption, though. What a shame. Time to remove Shame. We could try to go double Curse Mastery, or yes, we could remove Shame right here, right now, which might be wise. Is Necronomicurse mastered? No. I have been on record as saying this is likely to be the most difficult card to master in the entire game. Maybe that's our goal now that we have it. We should definitely step into that store. Although if I pay 75 gold, I won't be doing that. Yeah, I think it makes sense to pick one to try to keep here. I do agree with that conceptually. We could get a second shame without the mirror. But I think trying to master both at once is a recipe for failure. We should go to this shop. So I should take 2 combats? Is that going to go well? I have no idea. Only one way to find out. I am Cleric. Turns out it was Cleric the whole time, guys. Who knew? Who knew? Alright, I'll go here. For better, or for worse. I will go here. Just gonna take 2. Rather than spending my valuable resource. This is going to do 52. Yes. Beautiful. And Wallop is even better. Wallop gets played twice with the Necronomicon, deals 9 damage and gives us block equal to any unblocked damage dealt. That's a winner. Hey there, Unjurlay. I try to go for a less visually cluttered experience. I do understand the upside of putting chat on screen for reasons like that, but I've never enjoyed it when I've seen it personally on streams, and so I'm not motivated to include it in my own content. We can just judge the baseball, actually. This should be an easy fight. As long as we draw the judgment. In time. To prevent serious damage. Hello? Judgment. Are you there? Unfortunately, Dark Shackle's doing nothing because they both have the artifact effect. There's Judgment. Get thee gone. And we should just keep taking max HP. This is going to make our rest more valuable, which I'm planning on doing here, most likely. This elite could be a little tricky. It is the 3 slavers. But we have drawn exceptionally well, so maybe I need not fear anything. My, that's a good turn 1 draw, although we are being attacked for an awful lot of damage here. I can play Eruption and then double Lesson Learn. That kills one of them. But also double Lesson Learned and then Judgment kill one of them. Take a lot less damage. Feels like this would be a good time to use the Skill Potion. If we have any way out of Wrath, could save a lot of HP. Is it theoretically possible to double upgrade? Yes. You need to use the Lesson Learned with an effect that targets a random enemy, though. Simply using something like a Duplication Potion or a Double Tap can't kill 2 different enemies, because the card necessarily targets the same enemy twice. But duplicating it with Omniscience, or maybe Havoc and a Necronomicon or an Echo Form or something, might be able to do it as well. And if you can kill 2 different targets with a duped Echo Form, you can get 2 upgrades. We've done it before. Tranquility. Okay, let's think about this for a second. I think that's the winner here, Tranquility. Although arguably Meditate is better. That's only true if I'm using it at the end of the turn. If I Tranquility Eruption, I have 4 energy left, so I can go Eruption, double Lesson Learned kills one of them. Strike Judgment should kill another. And then we take 3 damage. If I go for other option, Meditate, we Eruption, double Lesson Learned. Yeah, I can't kill another one, so we're taking way more damage. So yes, it is actually better to do Tranquility, because we're allowed to do Tranquility first here. Doesn't really matter who we target with which effect, as long as we're consistent here. Double Lesson Learned, we said, does 52, so we need to make sure that's not on the one we Eruptioned. Don't have enough damage to kill with Strike Conclude, so it has to be Strike Judgment. Can't play Conclude before Judgment, because Conclude ends our turn. So it has to be Strike Judgment. And I can Miracle to play Conclude now, if I wish. Might as well. Take 3. Excellent elite fight. Truly excellent elite fight. Get an Ancient Tea Set. Bonus energy on turn 1. That's kind of okay. Second Conclude is here. That's another Mastery candidate. Not that bad with Runic Pyramid to have 2 of them, either. Or we can take Wheel Kick to double with Necronomicon. I think I'm going to grab the Mastery candidate here, so that we actually have 2 of something, and therefore a real motivation to try to win. And I think I'm resting at this rest site here, so that we can go into the next elite with no fears whatsoever. Let's do that. Does the Mastery Challenge drastically change my opinion on any cards? I wouldn't say drastically, no. I've definitely gotten reminders on why skipping is good. That I certainly feel has been the case. Okay, glad we have Dark Shackles. Dark Shackles allows me to go ham this turn. Tasty ham. And I think we Empty Mind. And now what? Crescendo, Dark Shackles, Strike, Conclude. Yes. Beautiful. Ceramic Fish, gold per card we add. That's fine. Just Lucky scries 3 cards. That's better than fine. And it gives us 9 gold. I'll take it. Dream Catcher, more like Meme Catcher. Get out of here. Knowing Skull? Huh. Glad I rested. Hello. With Tungsten Rod, you say? This isn't a dupe shrine. We get more rest sites after this as well? Heck yes, we can take a lot of money from the Knowing Skull here. Why would anyone ever take the 4th option? I mean, really. I'll take some money, and then give me some money. Some money. And I'd like some money, please. I think that's enough. I'll leave now. Bye. Conclude is here. Kunai. Kunai looks pretty good. Yeah, Kunai's good. We're rich, so we should probably take all the good things. Kunai and Happy Flower look like excellent additions. Card remove is good. If I'm taking Kunai, do I want a Flurry of Blows? Maybe. It's pretty good with this much Scry. Could consider Mental Fortress. Not too bad as an unupgraded power. I think that's what I remove. Guess, do I need the Flurry for Bronze Automaton is the immediate question. Now, we want to make sure we have enough money for Shop Relics in Act 3. Let's skip the card ad here. Easy peasy. Kind of an unfortunate opening hand. I guess I can Crescendo now to make a room in hand, because we're going to be able to Vigilance. Alright, that's fine. I know that seems like an insane opening hand action, but with the Dark Shackles it makes sense, of sorts. Cool. Actually, yeah, do take the backs. Twice won't kill this thing. Excellent. Devaform. Okay, that's a lot better with Runic Pyramid. Get in here, Devaform. It's also a lot better with Kunai. If I can play lots of attacks, I can get lots of dexterity. Ancient tea set, go! Alright, keep all of that. That's all good stuff. This is 23 damage with Tungsten Rod. That means we already take 0. Don't mess with success. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We can judge the Centurion here because we can kill the Mystic with the Lesson Learned. Let's do that. Be gone. Beautiful. Halt is now amazing because we have Runic Pyramid and Kunai. Gain block, gain additional block if we're in Wrath. Modified by our dexterity ×2. Odd Constant, thanks for 10 months of Spire Slaying. Heck yeah. Take a stand spot. I guess I'll use the Power Potion against the Bronze Automaton here. And we have room for an upgrade. Judgment is a good upgrade. Wallop's probably an even better upgrade because it gets affected twice with the Necronomicon. Hey, I was hoping we'd see turn 1 Niviform. Maybe that means I don't even need to Power Potion. But where else am I going to use this Power Potion? Let's just use it now. For either Rushdown or Mental Fortress. I'm going to go with Rushdown. Although, actually, now that I think about it, Devotion would have given us Divinity on the Hyper Beam turn. So that's kind of cool. We're never going to bust through the Bronze Automaton's artifacts. Let's just use the Dark Shackles here. That orb is going to steal one of our uncommon cards. This swirly effect always steals the rarest card in the draw pile. Don't need both of those. That's right. Actually. Lap him. Next turn I can get Wallop back with Judgment. Can do all sorts of things. I think we hold on to Wallop for the Hyper Beam turn, though. Yeah. I should have played Conclude there. Just regular style. Wait, how do I leave Wrath? This is an important question I failed to consider. How do I leave Wrath? I need to make sure we can scry to find our Wrath exit. We can use the potion in a pinch here if we really have to. Okay, what's on top of the deck? Halt. Halt is pretty good. But is not a Wrath exit, so it's not acceptable. Show me a Wrath exit. Thank you. That's the best one, actually. Alright, block for a bajillion, and leave Wrath. Easy. Really not liking having 2 concludes, actually. Seems to be kind of an inconvenience, really. GG. No second judgment here for us, unfortunately. But there is Ragnarok, Blasphemy, and Brilliance. All of which are okay. I guess Ragnarok gets affected by Necronomicon and is therefore amazingly hilarious. Sure. Give me Necronomicon Ragnarok. Calling Bell for more max health, for more curses? Probably taking energy feels reasonable. Although I don't really like Runic Dome as my energy source. What if I just remove 2 cards? Actually, with the lesson learned, removing cards that are unupgraded really helps accelerate getting everything upgraded here. And with the Deviform, it really didn't feel like I needed more energies, so why take a Runic Dome when I can get 2 free removes here? Let's do that. -1 strike, -1 defense. Do I ever take Runic Dome? Rarely, but I do occasionally. I like Runic Dome most with decks that block a lot passively without having to spend energy on it, so that you can block without having to guess. Barricade, for example, or Frost Orbs on Defect are good examples. We're going to maximize our visits to shops here. We're hoping to find Dolly's Mirror, a shop relic that can duplicate any card. And we would duplicate the Necronomic Curse to try to master that card on this run. That's our primary directive here. If we can do that, life will be good. Sleepy Luna, thanks for the 15 months, by the way. Yikes. Check this here, judgment there. What do I do with this turn? I guess I can block for a reasonable amount. Is there a way to get 2 of them KO'd here? Judgment works on anything with 40 health or left now. Actually, yes, we could do that. We can do that easily. Okay. We just have to miracle here. We can get all 3. Wait, you're right, we can. We go Miracle. Eruption here. Cut Through Fate here. Judgment here. Double Lesson Learned here. Brilliant. Well spotted. This is okay. Another Wrath entry and a way to apply Vulnerable to all enemies. Very valuable with the Wallop, especially. I'm going to grab this. Yeah, Necro paying off big, as usual here. Ooh. But then... use our 1 Wrath Potion to kill one of them and take only 9 here. I think I'd rather do Consecrate, Double Lesson Learned, kill the middle one, keep the potion for a little bit of health. Yeah, that's what I'd rather do. We get to double dip on the Tungsten Rod here. It's not too bad. Bonk. Tranquility Plus. Helps with the energy problems. Card draw becomes an issue, though. I don't think so. Start combat with an artifact. We should be able to take this if we want to. Not taking like water here. Artifact is very helpful for the heart. Let's get it. Oh, shoot. Oh boy. This enemy is not messing around. Our judgment doesn't do anything here. But if we can consistently output physical damage, we'll be okay. Get that wall up into my hand, please. This works well. Blame. Alright, that was never any worry. Sands of Time. No, I don't think so. Okay, something we can lesson learn. That's exciting. Although we may not want to. This enemy changes their attack intent each time they get hit. I like to think of this as giving you control over the fight, but it can also feel like it's helplessly outside your control, which can be a little annoying. I think the secret to defeating this enemy is recognizing that they never buff their strength, they never scale up, so you can take as long as you want to, or need to, in this combat, and it's fine. Yeah, worst enemy for conclude, that's for sure. Definitely, yeah. There's no Wrath exit in the draw pile, okay. Careful then. Good. Don't mess with it further. Also try not to become vulnerable, you know? Soon. That. Good. What else we got in here? Good-ish. Not that one. That'll do. No weaken from here. Perfect. There we go. Second copy of Wallop. I mean, yeah. As good as Meditate is, I think Wallop is even better here. Although Meditate is kind of like card draw and can let us get back the first Wallop. Maybe that is more important. Alright, Meditate. You can come with. I've decided. How about a Reptomancer? How scared are we of Reptomancer? I go with moderately scared. Next turn looks spicy. I like it. What do we do here? Eruption, halt, meditate? Meditate the eruption? Sounds pretty good to me. The Zid, thanks for 21 months of support. And Baby Carrots. What do you call a carrot? Who's very apathetic. Doesn't care at all. Maybe that cut through fate will serve us better, actually. We need Wrath. We have the stance potion here. There we go. So we go Indignation. Double Wallop. Empty Mind. It's going to do 12 to all. We actually don't need this one to die. But I want it to die, so die it shall. Perfect. All that, and Repto manages to ruin it with this turn. Guess this is a good turn for the Calm Potion. That seems fine. Raptor takes a turn off. Perfect. Nothing else is damaging Repto. Beautiful. Pantograph heals us at the sort of boss fights, and an Omniscience can let us play anything in the draw pile twice, which we will most certainly be picking up. That's a heckin' strong card under a variety of circumstances. We've got Pantograph, so I shouldn't need to rest. Let's upgrade that Omniscience right now. Like double Deviform, that's right. Or targeted Exhaust to get rid of our Necronomicurse. Wait a second. 40 or less. You're fiends. Dang it. The starting block gets us here on these stinkers. That's tough, man. Ouch. Take that. Okay. Sure. I won't say no. And we're taking 2 events over 2 combats here because we want higher chance of duplicating the Necronomicurse. That's really the only thing that matters here. Will not lose all my gold. I will not travel immediately to the boss. Well, that's 2 dead nodes, unfortunately. 2 wasted floors. Hurts, but we had to take the risk. A bit of an odd order here. We're going to go Ragnarok first. Then Indignation, Cut Through Fate. Oh, didn't quite work out, huh? Unless it's the last card. Could always just kill. There we go. It is the last card. Ha! Easy. Never didn't have it. No Dolly's Mirror here. Talk to the Hand is very good, though. Like, if we want to actually win the last few battles, Talk to the Hand seems kind of important. But does all but guarantee we cannot dupe the Necronomicurse at the final shop. So I don't think we're allowed to do it. Werewolf 4K, thanks for the 14 months. Have a good day. What about the pile of hair? It is possible for Dolly's Mirror to appear in the final shop, and I think we have to take the chance that it will. How's it going, Okie Boomer? The reason we want to duplicate the Necronomicurse is because of a self-imposed challenge, the Slay the Spire Mastery Challenge. Essentially an idea we came up for ourselves just to make the game more interesting / harder. The Slay the Spire Mastery Challenge requires me to master all of the different cards in Slay the Spire by winning the game with 2 of that card in our deck. So we've got an in-game display that actually lists which cards we haven't mastered. We started with all cards unmastered at the start of this year, and we've been working our way through the Spire, trying to get duplicate wins with all of them. Again, this is nothing that the game itself ever asks you to do, but something I created for myself in this community as a source of pure entertainment. And I say it's worked out pretty dang well. We've had truly absurd runs thanks to the Slay the Spire Mastery Challenge. Truly fun runs. One more Cut Through Fate, I think, is well worth it with the Kunai Goldeneye. Give it to me. Does Omni Plus Celeste Learned play it 3 times? It should, yes. Yes, it should. Let's go Vigilance Miracle Deviform. Not playing Deviform would definitely be a mistake. Time Eater's a bit of a nasty customer in general, although I think having the Runic Pyramid is going to make this a bit easier. turn looking pretty tough here. Crescendo, Omniscience, the Ragnarok to play it 3 times. Although that's only 150 damage. What if Cut Through Fate finds... a vulnerable card? It did not. But it did find Meditate. Seems kind of importante. I think I'm still gonna double, triple Ragnarok here. Bang. Take that. And then what? Fetch Eruption? Or we could just play Defend. That might be better. $30 times 3. That's a big number. We could make it 0, though. Anyone for 0 damage from the slug. Anyone at all. I'll play some cards. I'm not going to be able to draw some cards. What, Eruption, Cut Through Fate? That sounds good. Play Defend first, too. Are going to attack me. Very well. I can accommodate your desires. And then we play Conclude. We should be able to get a Lesson Learned kill next turn before Time Eater is able to heal. Full block, by the way. Nice. Who's next? Donu and Deka, and we have a full 86 health here. And as usual, Devil Form on turn 1 to be all of the blocking we could ever need. Too much artifact. It's a bit of a bummer. Do this for the moment. Heck yeah. Just Omni the Super Ragnarok now? That seems like a good way to get this fight accelerated. Blah. Good. Take this Eruption back, actually. Bonus energy on turn 2 for Shield and Spear is better, because we're going to have turn 1 bonus energy from the T-set. So I'll happily take the kill here, go on to Act 4, 2 thump, 2 thump, 2 thump. Will this be the run where we get to duplicate the Necronomicurse in the final shop? All eyes are on the Watcher here, as she strides forth for one final store. What will be there? That is the question. Currently missing 5 HP. Let's upgrade this just lucky. No Dolly's Mirror here, unfortunately. But there is another lesson learned. And an Orrery, which could give us 10 HP. 10 HP sounds pretty good. I know, so close, but yet so far. We will get another chance sometime in the future. Fear not. Could be unmastered cards in the Orrery, too. Like Judgment, for example. That's right. What do you got? Flurry of Blows, also not too bad. Foresight's good. I'll take Foresight. Vault. Vault is nice. Second Meditate. Also nice. Meditate, Vault, Foresight. Just Lucky is pretty good. Skip is pretty good. And we'll take the Flurry. Wow, that's a lot of good cards. We take a better potion. Skill potion's technically better than a Smoke Bomb. Surely it is. Is Like Water ever a good card? Yeah, definitely. Can be quite nice if you've got lots of Calm. I particularly like it if you can start in Calm with the Teardrop Locket, I believe it's called. That one makes things a bit of a breeze. Skip this Eruption for the moment. We have Panagraph, this is fine. Play the Dev Form then. Consider the Skill Potion. Sure. What else is it for? Actually, I knew what it was for. We could have double Indignationed. That would have been interesting. Very interesting. Well, we do just get regular Vault. Well, that's even better. Okay, now I can do the thing, actually. Because Indignation is still in the draw pile. Might want to consider that. What I'm seeing is using Omniscience to remove both artifact layers from these two, and then Dark Shackling the Spire Spear. It's not too bad. In fact, I quite like it. We could also Omni Ragnarok, right? For quite a lot of damage. That's a very reasonable approach as well. How much total damage is that? 72 times 3. That's pretty close to enough. Alright, I'm sold. Better do that first then. Yeah, but there is that issue. That'll have to do. Still in Panagraph range. Might as well get the upgrade. Although we probably want Happy Flower to be on a slightly higher number here. Vajra for +1 strength, and a third copy of Wallop, which I'm taking. Occasionally Paradox. Occasionally. How's it going, Rutabaga? Life's good. How many concludes does it take to get to the center of a heart? The world may never know. Pretty okay with that turn 1. Just play Devaform, forehead. Guess I could Miracle, Cut Through Fate, take advantage of the fact that we have the boat thingy block. Let's do that. Yeah, these are good cards. Heck the concludes, though. Definitely going to use Dark Shackles on the first multi-hit attack, because once the artifact is up, I really can't do much. Do we want to vault here? Vaulting essentially accelerates the Devaform timer by 1, so it gives us 1 more energy per turn for every turn from here on out. That's kind of important. Let's just draw some cards first. Oh dear. Well, now I can't play Vault. That's a bit of a bummer. Guess I'll just take damage. That's what we have health for. Seems fine. Plenty of health in the sea, you know? Might as well be in Wrath here. Let's go Halt. Then Indignation. Yes, Order, I know. Don't worry. We've got a plan. Meditating? Or meditating. We want this thing to become vulnerable. What a great scry. Discard all that garbage. Give me back Indignation. The other Wraths are all in the draw pile, huh? Looks like we're going to need a way out of Wrath then. Give me back Empty Mind. Have to use Omniscience to enter Wrath. It's not necessarily true. We can use Empty Mind to draw some more. Let's start with that. There we go. Eruption. Block for a bit. Apply 5 vulnerable. And then I think vaults. Yeah, that's the time for vault. Cap damage with this. Can put it back into our hands. And eat that crescendo. More or less capped damage on heart here. Give me back the other Meditate, I suppose, and the Wallop again. Nothing should ever be easy for our opponent. Alright, and we're in a prime position to showcase something beautiful here. So let's look to do that. Give me back Judgment. Eruption, I guess. Kerblam! Oh no! Damage cap reached. Lesson impossible to learn, but Judgment works just fine. GG! Get judged, you stinky nerd. GG. The power. You've been judged. You've been measured. You've been found wanting. GG. That's why we picked the card, exactly. You need something to kill the final boss with. Might as well be Judgment. Is Diviform the hardest super powerful card to use effectively? I might argue Creative AI falls under that category. Has it been done? The spire sleeps, and so shall I. Or Echo Form, if you count having to remember that you played the Echo Form. That's also a lot. That's really challenging. But all of the 3-cost cards are pretty unwieldy. So there's definitely a right time and a wrong time for each of them. Mental load, that's right. Has it done, dude? It done did. It does. Next up will be Ironclad. Let me update the title here. We have one more card crossed off the list. Easy. Easy every time. Didn't get Necro Curse doubled this time, but perhaps next time. Ironclad has all these cards mastered, but still has to complete the Champion Belt Relic, as we did decide to master Relics as well. Still got to get the belt. That's right. That's right. Before we jump into a Clad run, I am going to take a quick break, refill the legs, stretch the water. Back in a few minutes Twitch chat when I return. It'll be Clad time. BRB.